Well, say Milner. Welcome to the Mainly Golf Show. I'm Jack Milner. He's Tom Helliwell. That clown is
That's me.
Marv. No E. Rory Bremner has grown a beard even
Show
better.
you next
The
month. Come on,
1990s when
get
it
those
was They
next
Think
out.
It's All Over. We're here to preview the Valspar Championship, formerly found by Paul Casey. If I remember correctly, Marv, Tiger was all the rage for this. I want to say 2016. I think I was away in Cheltenham or something. And everyone was saying Tiger. And Casey crept in. 30 16, like posted -5 and 1. It's also the Singapore Classic on the DP World Tour. But we'll start with last week. I
Do we
think
have to?
I started the podcast by saying Scottie Scheffler wins, we should all pack up home now. No, Twig. No. No one else no one's ever won back to back. And to be fair to you, you said Gabriel Lineo's got nothing on you. Because if
Haven't.
he did win, I'll be sat here in my pants. So the question remains, are we sat in our pants?
Well, it certainly looks like it, doesn't it, Twig?
Can we see more, Marv?
No, you can't echo, you pervert.
Come on. I want to see those
You look like
nips
a very
that
sad clown. You look like a
Come on.
clown that's struggling for work, Marv.
I'm struggling for Dosh after last week.
If
There's a couple of smart people like 7-1 on Scottie Scheffler the week before.
so I've heard. So if you go with last week's tips, Marv, you put up
Hey,
Will Salah.
look. The one thing I'll say is Ian Poulter says he's the postman, but look at me. I have delivered. I've come through.
But people watching this they want winning tips.
I thought they
don't want
wanted
to see you as a clown, do they?
I thought they wanted an
It was that
entertainment, to be
you've got a
honest.
filter on, Marv, to be honest. I'm not sure that wig and bow tie is in real life.
Do you not think?
No, I need you to tip the camera down to see some
There's an
more.
episode of The Simpsons where Bart Simpson becomes a stripper, a male stripper going in like his 30s, and there's
that show, it's proof it.
Anyway, if we go over
No.
last week's tips, Marv, you put up Will Zalatoris, I think 2 points each way. Shane Lowry, 3 points each way. Shane played very well over the weekend.
Well,
I think.
I was going to say, I had a look, but did they both withdraw through injury at the weekend?
Your tips, Marv. You tell me.
I don't know. I couldn't see them. I turned on the TV, looking for that beautiful figure that is Shane Lowry, and I couldn't see him. So I assumed they just withdraw through health issues, to be honest. But
Finished tied 20th. Will Zalatoris missed the cup. Moving on to Tom Helliwell.
Yeah, we were quite high.
Hep put up Sam Burns, who fired a third round 65, but I think followed up with something in the 70s on Sunday.
It was not a good Sunday for my picks.
It wasn't a good Sunday. Tom Hoagie, who it was going well Hep, until the approach to the tee shot at 18 on Saturday.
Yeah, last 19 holes in 7+, and he lost like 11 shots off the tee because, we all know he's going to lose distance, but we thought he'd be accurate. But yeah,
going to lose a lot of distance. Was it the fucking drink?
Like, I think he was top 5 approach to the green, but bottom 5 off the tee because he put so many fucking water balls.
I was reliably informed that there were people following Hep stats of the weekend and lost a lot of money. So if you go over my tips, 4.5 points each way, Scottie Scheffler at 6-1.
Yeah, that's my favourite. Yeah, boring builder.
No,
I know.
Put all your money on the favourite.
Should have at least gone 5 points each way.
That's right. I wasn't allowed.
Oh, did somebody overrule?
You're not going each way. Like, you can't go each way at 5-1. Like,
not play to win, is it?
Marv, if you even watched last week, you interrupted me and said, we've got to pick 2 golfers. Those are rules. Like, okay. So I put 0.5 points each one. Max Homer. He was playing very well. And I think,
well played, Max.
Made a 7, I think. And then didn't look back. But Scottie Scheffler, Marv, there are talks saying, and he has dampened talk comparing him to Tiger. He said, look, I think somebody shouted to him in the crowd saying after he became world number 1 again, just another 12 years to go, Scotty, and then you're anywhere near Tiger. He went, yeah. To be anywhere compared to him is a compliment, but I am not in his stratosphere.
I think he's better. Like I think his last 2 years, his stats on his tee to green stats have been as good as Tiger, and Tiger played.
No, it hasn't. You're wrong. Did you read that? No, did you read that article I sent you?
I did not. No,
You did not. Okay, so if we look at golfers at their peak in terms of strokes gained, Tiger is basically a shot better than everyone else. So this is
yeah, but that's also against his field. Like the players, like the 100th ranked player in the world is better now than they were when Tiger.
Scottie is the second best peak player
Like,
of the last 25 years.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the competition's better, and I think that negates any improvement in that stat. Like
You say
the
that
100th best player today is
you
better.
say that. However, can I go through
than-
these numbers? This is the peak. This is done by Justin Ray, who I sent you on Sunday. Brilliant,
If you
Justin.
must.
3.8 Tiger Woods DG index peak 3.89. The second best VJ Singh 2.9604. Marv, you like this one? The third David Duval April 99 2.88. I think 98 99 David Duval won about 8 tournaments. So this is the standard. Fourth Scottie Scheffler 2.82, and then you've got Els Ram from around this time last year when I think Rambo won like 4 tournaments in 8 weeks, didn't he? He won in Mexico, he won the Masters, he won 2 or 3 more. Spieth from 2015, Jason Day late 2015, Rory from last year, and Jim Furyk 06. So even with Scottie, he's playing at the level now, and David Duval 98 99, Tiger is 50% better at his peak, which was 23 years ago, 24 years ago. But that's still comparing. Numbers don't lie.
That's still comparing against golfers of the day, because those stats are all like against the average of those in that tournament, and I think that the average that Scottie is against is a lot better than the average that Tiger.
Give me names right now. There's no Ram. There's no DeChambeau. There's no DJ. Brooks is gone. We just said earlier, Rory's won once in America in 5 years.
I don't know a lot about Tiger Woods' day. I wasn't into golf back then.
Tiger Woods.
I don't know.
What were you doing back then?
Obviously, I know who he is, but I couldn't tell you who in Tiger Woods' heyday. The 100th best golfer his era was. But the 100th best golfer of today is better than they were 25 years ago. I'd say by a long way.
Potentially, but I think the top echelon, again, I've gone through these stats here. Peak details.
Yeah, but the strokes gained stats
can I finish?
Against the top echelon.
Can I finish?
They're against the average.
Can I finish?
Each tour.
Can I finish?
You can try.
You had VJ Singh, David Duval, Ernie Els. 3 of they don't get mentioned about. These people were playing at the top of the game for 5-10 years, and Tiger would still crush them. And the fact that this peak detail, I can't believe you read it. You're such a fish. I knew you wouldn't as well. That's why I posted that meme in the group. Yeah, I'm great. The fact that these players were playing at the top of their game for a prolonged period, and Tiger would still crush them. So I think the average golfer is better now, but the top tier is not better than, say, 20 years ago. Give me an example.
And you've got an argument there for his win rate, because Scheffler doesn't win enough. He should have won 6 to 8 tournaments last year, but his putting was, as we all know, an absolute fucking shambles.
But that's part of your overall game.
The whole strokes gain stuff, like him compared to the number 1, the number 100, in just like inability, like how far ahead he is, and like comparing the 100th golfer today against the 100th golfer.
But we're not comparing 100th golfers. We're comparing the world number 1, and he's won. We love Scott.
No, but if you're looking at strokes, gained stats, that's strokes gained on the field in every tournament, and that's basically comparing the winner to the average of every tournament.
Do strokes gain win you tournaments?
And so, like, well, yeah, like that's how it's calculated. Like whoever gains the winner, and then it's just a way of divvying up how much did you gain off the tee, how much did you gain off approach, how much did you gain.
You're saying Scottie is better now than it was 25 years. Okay, that's your opinion. He's got one major to his
I think he is. I think his strokes gain numbers are better than Tiger, the same or slightly worse than Tiger. And if you take into account the strength of field that he's against, he's a better player than Tiger Woods.
Marv, do you have a...
Has Hep finished? Look, I can't look. The one thing I can say is that the Scheffler's run for the last 2 years, the consistency. I can't remember any other golfer doing it. And he said he's getting onto the Tiger light where it doesn't matter what game he brings, A game, B game, C, D, E, and Z. He's gonna be on that leaderboard on Sunday contending. And Scheffler doesn't have to be number one in putting stats, and he can still win the tournament. But then when everything comes together, he does run away with it. So he's verging on Tiger-esque, but I just think longevity. Tiger did it for that long, so
and that's right. Like Scheffler has to do it.
But at the moment you can't deny the form and the consistent form, which proves it's not just like a flash in the pan. The run that Scheffler's on, but I don't know. I think there's always a lot of recency bias to say that players now are better than then just because the technology, the game evolves. The game was so much, it's far different what it is now than 20 years ago. But I don't know. I agree with some what Hep says, but again, I suppose my own personal opinion, I'll never go against Tiger, but that just is what it is.
Just look at these stats again. This is how good Scottie is playing right now, and Tiger at his best. Marv, it was 2000 the Tiger Slam.
Shouldn't it? I think it was about 01. He did it. He won the US Open.
So he won the 3 in 01, and then he won the Masters. He won the 3 in 2000, the Masters in 01.
Yeah, I should really know but that was it. It was a 3-1 year. And then the following the year, I've got the Masters that he won. I've got it on VHS. The pitch quality is awful.
Do you have a video player?
I don't know. I bought it when VHS was still relevant. Probably just used to watch it every night before I went to bed, where nothing else in life going on.
Some of our base station, man. Yeah. Anyway, the point was,
I was only 14 to ignore. What were you doing at 14?
We were watching wrestling.
Well,
wasn't
look at
quite
this.
Just,
Hep, can you see this from here?
I can see this. Yeah.
So this is the PGA Tour career evolutions of some of the best to play it. Actually. So look at this. If you look at the spike here, that's Scottie's growth, and the trajectory of the last 18 months has been ridiculous. Rory's obviously the yellow line.
Yeah.
But look how far everyone still is. For me, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, but what jabronis was he playing against? Like, who was making up the back end of this field? Like, the golf wasn't what it is today 20 years ago. Like,
why is that?
Because it just wasn't as professional.
Because of Tiger Woods.
Yeah, but like, all right, like, player that comes to mind, like Nikolai Hogarth, like fantastic player, probably 50th in the world, something like this.
Is he full 50?
True rankings if you include the live guys. Like there was, who was the 50th in the world when Tiger Woods was playing? Like just some old guy that was just playing golf.
Fucking Al Sutton, you fish.
Like just the competition.
Bernard Langer was still kicking around.
Yeah, Bernard Langer, but Colin Montgomery, Nick Fowler, he wasn't playing against fucking puddings every week.
He was playing against L's and C.
Lee Westwood, Darren Clark,
players. But who are the making up the bottom of these events?
This is the thing. To me, there's two eras. You look at the Tiger of the late
2000s.
Yeah, exactly. That's that. But who he was playing against then, and to be honest, Tiger was probably the first golfer that decided, I'm going to get in the gym. I'm not just going to rock up and just swing a golf club. And he had so much of an advantage from that. Exactly. So that's the first period. But then I think during the dip in 04 or 05, and then he won the Masters, he had kind of resurgence, 06, 07, 08. And I think that to me is, you judge him on that period of time because that's more, Mickelson was big then, and other golfers, I won't go back as far as the 2000s because, there might have been a lot of old players around, but, he was still dominant when he wasn't injured, and that's the thing I always say. And maybe Tiger's its own fault, but when he wasn't injured, you know, he was just unplayable. Oh, when he wasn't messing around with his swing and trying to, evolve and get even better at times, and he didn't necessarily need to. I think it's hard to compare generations, to be honest. I really do. I know it's an easy get out, but
yeah, it's
he had got people talking like he was playing as puddings. There's Bernard Langer. There was again that era of 07, 08, you had probably had Monty, Darren Clark, Lee Westwood at their prime. Luke Donald was coming through.
yeah. Don't get me wrong.
European
There's a good
Sergio, right?
corner.
What was the Masters when Sergio hit the shot through the pine straws and then running up the fairway?
that I think that might be like to be honest, early whether it's 2002 or not. I think it was
All
not
right, and then he stuck
PGA,
around. He stuck around
but
for the next 15 years.
yeah,
Nicholson, Stricker. Again, you have people who played brilliant in patches, Duval or DeMarco, Plank, but then you have people like Ernie Els and VJ Singh who were consistently there for a good 8-10 years. I'm coming at this from a different angle because I think Scottie Scheffler is a phenomenon, but I think this graph would highlight the propensity. Look at the number of wins. First of all, Scheffler has to win a lot more, and he has to win majors to be compared anywhere near on a parallel. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look, let's be honest, right? If we'd have had this conversation, 10 years ago, there could be points where you're thinking, oh my God, Rory's form is just unbelievable. But again, that's it. He said to longevity. He comes back to can Scheffler do it over and over and over and stack those majors. And then you start thinking, well, yeah, any player has probably had a run of form. It's just Scheffler's done it over 2 years, but can he do it over 5? And not necessarily over 10 solid, but the majority of a 10-year period, maybe he can. I'm not doubting him. He can, but
I remember seeing a front cover of it must be like a Golf World magazine. I want to say around late 2015. It was a picture of Rory, Jason Day, and who was the next bright? Rory Spieth and Jason Day saying, "This is the next generation. They're going to win everything now." I think Rory won 2 majors in 2014. Jordan won the Masters, and did he win the US Open?
but mattering around then, didn't he? Yeah.
Chambers Bay, I think Jason Day won the PGA that year. Like these three are going to win everything going forward. You watch out. Fucking what? They won one more major between the three of them. It's like you said, Marv. It's so hard to. And to be fair, Scheffler said that in his interview on Sunday was, well, getting to the top is one thing, and Alex Ferguson said that, and then staying there is completely different.
Yeah, you see, the only other thing you could say, I know there's the statistics that do back up what Hep's saying, but I don't know. I just think, yeah. I'll be honest. I was very skeptical of Scheffler, probably from.
I know you went a bow
early
tie and
22.
that bullet naked.
No, I'm going back. I'm going back even longer than that. Like when just before he won the Masters was it 22? When I watched it, I thought that swing can't be repeated over and over because of the movement in his legs. And I just thought that, over a long period of time, he's proved me wrong. Well, not only once, has he? He's proven me wrong more occasions, but
you can learn about that on the commentary this week, didn't they? Just every
Scottie Scheffler's been blamed for a bit of grey in
every
that
swing, just
anyway.
like his childhood coach, because he had to keep up with 13-year-olds when he was 8, and he made him not change it. And it's like, yeah, we've heard, like, shut up.
Well, I suppose that's it. Look, you wouldn't teach you that way, but at the end of the day, all you got to do is you got to get the club face square on impact.
Yeah, if he middles it.
That's all it is. It doesn't have to look great. Rory might have the, picture perfect golf swing if you want to say that.
Swing and the hips start moving like John Travolta.
But do you know what I mean? But it'll be interesting to see. I said how he does it because again we didn't touch on it last week, but the statistic that Scheffler has not won after the Masters, or at least not won any big tournament after the Masters in the last few years. I think he won at the end of last season or maybe the beginning of this one in like November, was it? But so it could be a coincidence. But let's see, if he can have if he can have a season where he racks up like 6 or 7 wins, because Tiger did that. I know. So
Tiger would go and win at all his favorite courses, wouldn't he? Go
well,
win at
that's the other thing. That's the other thing that
level.
Again, back to maybe the competition and maybe back at the bookies were very scared of Tiger, but some tournaments, not majors, but sort of decent PGA tournaments, Tiger would go off like 6-4 favorite for a golf tournament.
I'd be on teletext, Marv, checking the Stan
6-4
James price.
favorite for a golf tournament. That's
Well,
insane.
Scheffler's playing next week at the Houston
Well,
Open.
that's it,
against,
and I think that'll
Clark and Zalatoris. So he's probably going to be 3-1 favorite.
Well, that's it, or even 5-2. You know what I mean? But it's and I think
win. Sorry, no, you've got to split.
That feels
9.5 points win. So Scheffler.
I thought he was going to be weaker than that, but yeah, like he's going to be heavy next week.
What did you make, Marv, of Wyndham Clark?
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because I look at the leaderboard. What is he, 4 clear after 2 rounds? Now he has shot 2 7-unders, and I always think that back-to-back low rounds, it's hard to then follow it up. With a third. But I don't know, 4 clear with 2 to play. He probably thinks if he shoots 19 under after 4 rounds, he probably thinks he wins the tournament. So
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
I messaged Sepp and I said 21. If Scheffler posts 20 under, no one's going to get anywhere near him.
That's interesting. So after 2 rounds, I said Clark 4 clear. What was it? 14 under. Would he have taken 19 under? Probably not. But I think you've got to say that probably Scottie went and won the tournament more than Clark lost it, because it's not as if Clark fell in a hole.
But they had chances, right? Schauffele missed a putt from what, 4 foot, 5 foot, 17.
I'm somewhat dubious about Schauffele, closing the deal in some tournaments. To be honest, I just think sometimes
Not Mr. Pell at 3 a.m. in Revolution, is it?
Everybody missed that part. I heard somebody
he's already Dixie Chicky with a taxi book.
Yeah.
But somebody watched the 17th Street.
Let's just say Dixie Chicken is so good. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
The reason I put up Xander last week was...
No, just saying that putt that Schauffele missed, everybody missed that putt, apparently. Like, there was some guy
it goes more to the right.
17th Street. Yeah. But yeah, he dropped 2 shots in the last 6 holes and couldn't. And Harman should have won it. He parred 12 and 16, which everyone was birdieing.
Yeah, the par 5
he birdies those 2 holes. He wins, but yeah, you got to give it to Scheffler. It's a fantastic round. I mean, easily tournament of the year as well so far. Like all of the other tournaments have been.
It's the first tournament you've well had where this is the thing, right? You actually have the full PGA Tour lineup or the roster all there because the players. And now you go back to pretty much it's 2/3 full, and it really highlights the lack of depth. I think Jay Monahan said that in his press conference, I think last Wednesday, that they're in talks, and Tiger said what in the weekend, he goes, I've never met this Saudi guy before. I'm meeting him next week. They really need to sort out, because if you add from a viewer's perspective, right? If you add a Bryson and a Sergio and a DJ and a
not Sergio, but anyway, carry on.
He's a name that people.
I know he is. I just think he's past it.
Anyway. All right, Cam Smith and a Ram and a DJ and a DeChambeau. And
speaking of Sergio, without going back, I just thought it was horrendous. The way he acted on that tournament, where he just says, I'm not going to be here next week. Can't wait to leave." Whatever he said, he was slagging off some referee, but he was looking for his ball, and I just thought, that's just awful. Come on.
Is that the one where he started smacking it in the bunker?
Come on, Sergio. They got I know you've done a lot of golf, but what golf's done for you? I just thought the way that all ended, it was wrong.
I think Sergio forgets, right, that golfers give him a very good living and has made, he's got houses I think in the UK, in Spain, and Florida and Dubai, and these kids are all looked after for life because of the game of golf and probably because of the PGA Tour more than anything.
Well, that's what I mean. It's easy for us to sit here, isn't it, and say, but it does feel a bit like just appreciate where you've come from and what the game's given you, and don't bite the hand that fed you. To be honest, just if you're not happy with it, fine. But there's an element of just didn't quite like it.
Do you? I mean, I said to Hep straight away, and I think we put this on our Twitter feed that you can follow us at Mainly Golf on maybe at Mainly Golf Show. I'm not quite sure.
How
On
many followers
Twitter.
have we got?
I think 40.
40. I thought it was gonna be 4.
We might have been followed by a lot of my accounts. Brian Harmon was
Don't tell the genuine viewers that we've got bots, Twig.
Brian Harmon was cut. Brian Harmon's been clipped in from 100 to 1 into best price 70s. Left-handers do well at Augusta because the way they shape the ball, it's a lot of right to left, a lot of tree-laden fairways. Hideki's been cut this evening. He's 25 from 28 to 365, but Scheffler has really hardened his favorite. There's William Hill stand up top price 5 to 1. Otherwise, you're looking at 9 to 2 and 4s. Put it this way, I'd rather back Scheffler at 5s than Rory at 10s.
Hep, did you say that Scheffler is planning to play in Texas in a week or two?
Yeah, he's playing next week.
They do, Marv. They do a lot of money for charity.
I do wonder if the bookies, just on the back of last week, have shortened him up, and then you might be able to, if you do fancy Scheffler, you might be able to get a better price near the day, because even if he wins the next tournament, is he going to really do much to his price?
Well, it's like Cheltenham. The anti-post is just completely destroyed in golf. Like, they will reduce if a golfer wins or plays well, they will reduce his odds, but they will not pump anybody else up. So, like Scheffler, I don't know what he was last week, but he's obviously been created for the Masters. But nobody else increases. Like, everyone is just.
I think everyone's less than 30 for anti-post, but you've got to be on. You've got to be in big price. Do you remember when I was on Bryson at hundreds for the Masters? I think about 4 or 5 years ago, and he led off the first round.
I was all over that as well. Like when he beefed up, I thought he was going to absolutely have. That was a proper fund I put together.
Did he end up missing the cut?
And he missed the fucking cut. He missed the cut. Yeah. I mean, we got Clark at 66s on the PGA midweek, which before that was slashed down to 30s. So. 28s now for the PGA.
Yeah, too good that hit, man. Already a winner, isn't it?
Closing line value, but
you see, I have
golf is just.
I was going to say I shouldn't really admit this, but I've got another sort of theory about statistics. But obviously we've so happened last week. My theory is that some golfers do win multiple majors. That really are they good enough to win multiple majors? But so
I always said this in fairness, Marv.
Yeah, I know, but again, statistics always don't come true. But I just wonder, is Wyndham Clark good enough yet to win a second major?
I don't know. Clark will win a second major. Like, he is.
But you see, I'd have to bring up the list of major champions. I should have really done a bit more research before this program.
Imagine if you spent as much time on statistics as you did on finding this fucking bow tie.
It's a good bow tie.
I mean, he's obviously playing well, but Clark could win a second major.
I will say this: do you not think his arse so went in that last round? Like, he was.
Well,
I think it's quite clutch.
I think I'm sure when he won his US Open last year, I don't want to say he fell into it, but that last round he was. Do you remember there was I think it was a par 5, and
it was miles ahead.
He just literally airshotted when next to the green because he was in the rough. I don't know. I think he got so jittery in that round, and nobody sort of ran him down, did they? And I don't want to say he fell in, but did he win by 1? Was that McIlroy's best ever finish in a major when not winning? The McIlroy.
It was a Quail Hollow, right? It was just Rory's track.
No, I think it was one of it. Yeah, in LA it was the one where
LA Country Club.
Because Scheffler in the third round, didn't he? Did he hole his second from a couple of 100 yards out on a par 4, and he eagled it, and we were all thinking, Sheff, you're back in it, and then Obviously, he didn't bring it in the final round, but yeah, I just wonder if Wyndham Clark did he just I wouldn't trust him in the so I didn't fancy him to as soon as he got behind on Sunday.
Yeah,
Interesting, Marv.
McIlroy lost by 1. Scheffler was 3 behind. Cam Smith was 4 behind.
Yeah, we thought Cam Smith would give it a good go, and Cam Smith kind of just did nothing in the first 6 holes, and he gave him a cushion. I think the difference is when Wyndham Clark was there in the lead or one off the lead, this time you've got the world number one who's just gone one clear, and then you think, oh fucking hell, I've got to find a couple of birdies now. It's a different mentality, isn't it? It's strange looking at Rory in 2022, he finished second in the Masters, 8th in the PGA, tied 5th in the US Open, 3rd in the Open. He should have won the Open Championship. I think Cam Young eagled 18, didn't he? To finish second, but Cameron Smith won the Claret Jug at St Andrews.
I was going to say that McIlroy's big chance at St Andrews, yeah.
And yeah, Sky were wanking over him for the entire fucking broadcast. It was, oh, Rory, destiny awaits. 150th Open, it's destiny. Cam Smith, birdie, 64. That do? Yeah, sound that card. Give me this. I'm off to live.
He just played par golf rather than attacking. Like, didn't even try to make.
Rory just starts playing. Take a par. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just take a par.
And then last year, right, Rory missed the cut. I think he came on, had a bit of time off after that. He finished tied 7th at the PGA, 2nd in the US Open behind Brooks, which is where Hovland probably should have won. And then he was tied 6th at the Open, where I still have no idea how Brian Harman won that event. But to your point, Marv, about some people just win their one, I can't see Brian Harman ever win a major again.
Yeah, I can't quite bring up the page I was trying to look for, but yeah, there's people in there like the Sean McKeel, he was early 2000s, Rich B,
Jason Duffner,
Egan
Bradley.
Look here, Mike Weir won the Masters. Like, really?
Marv, remember Michael Campbell?
Oh, that's what I mean.
I
think that could be like I can't remember which US Open it was, but yeah, Tiger might finish like second in that one tournament.
It's Michael Campbell.
It's that's it. If you have that good week, not a bad golfer overall, but you just have that. You just gotta get hot for 1 week.
Do you remember when Darren Clark won the Open? Your fucking Presto had a 5 each rating, 125 to 1. John, why have you about that? Yeah, just got a story behind him. Twig. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah,
it's difficult to win. Like, never mind a major. Like, it's difficult to win an event.
No, Darren Clark did fall.
Wyndham Clark may never win another major, but I think he's got a good shot for the next 5 years to win.
I mean, he's not a 66 to 1 shot ahead, but yeah.
No, he's not 60. But yeah, looking at the Masters odds, I don't know if there's anyone I would back right now. I think the prices are going to be better on the week of the Masters because that anti-post they're just so scared of being taken advantage of that they just lower everybody.
Speaking of which,
he burns at 50.
To be honest, I very much do think that the Augusta is just a complete horses for courses. You either get it or you don't.
Does Rory get it?
Too much pressure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He'll never win that. It's too much pressure for the Grand Slam every year.
There probably is. Yeah.
Rory has finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 top 10s from the last 10 years.
That's good, but I can't see him ever doing it. There's too much pressure to win it. It's not his fault. It's the media. The media every week. Oh, you got to do the Grand Slam. One chance every year.
That's a lot. Sorry, 7 top 10s in the last 10 years, 2 miscuts and 1 T21.
But was he close in those top 10s, or was it a Sunday run that he's prone to do?
He chased them. Did he chase Scheffler 2 years ago in 20?
Do you remember? Did he hole a bunker shot on 18 and he closed with a very low round?
Potentially,
it was that far back. It was like, it was kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, Rory's like starts off, doesn't he? Like 6 shots in the lead, and he has a big charge and finishes tied 5th. He's not there. I don't know. I'm with you. I can't see So Hep's done some statistics here.
Hit me with him, Hep. Come on.
I've sent Twig. It's Twig's thesis and
All right.
hypothesis.
Hit me with him, Twig.
I can't work him out, and it annoys me. Can you see? You can see.
This is going to be a long video, by the way, because we don't even got to
going through earlier. He won the Tour Championship in 2019. I don't think the bonus was as big then. I don't think it was 20 million, but he won the Players. I think he won the Canadian Open. He won in Dubai, and he won the Tour Championship. And that was when he brought Brad Faxon in and increased his putting. And look at the putting difference, right? He's gone from 3 to plus 24 strokes gained. 2020 COVID hits. You probably put a line through that. But then you could argue he has got better year on year, 2011, 2021, 2022. 2023, he only won once, but he's in contention in all four majors. Bar the Masters where he missed the cut.
He only won 5 million in 23.
He won the Tour Championship with a big 20 million bonus.
Yeah.
Do you remember the meme of him doing that, walking off? He won the CJ Cup and he won in Canada. He won the Scottish Open. But weirdly looking through this, right? So he won twice in 2021, 3 times 2022. He won once last year. He won in Dubai. Rory has only won once in America in 4 years. Is that? Do we see that as a trend? Is there too much pressure on him out there?
I don't know. I said I've never been the biggest Rory fan. I just think
you've been the biggest Rory here.
Well, it's a very strong word, but I just think he's off the tee. He's got it all, but I just think
he doesn't. Look at Hep stats. He did in 2019.
Well, historically, I've always thought of Rory McIlroy as off the tee when he's on it, yeah, but his game 100 yards in, he doesn't convert
it's
enough.
His wedge game where he struggles.
Exactly. And
that's where he's stuck in this year. Lost strokes on approach and around the green.
Because, remember the I know it's gone back a long time, but when he won his first major,
Quail Hollow,
the course was so soft. It was just, and he ran away with it. But yeah,
Birdie Fest, wasn't it?
And he just hit it so far.
It's the same in 2014, Marv, at Royal St George's, right? When it was him and Ricky that pulled away.
I just think, when McIlroy gets hot, no, there's a strange one in that. Maybe there's this off the course stuff going on that.
Well, that's it as well. Like the last couple of years, he's had so much shit as de facto head of the PGA.
He's tried to be Tiger, hasn't he?
Well, let's be honest, and I don't think it's not a coincidence that Tiger, when he was at his ruthless best, he wasn't a very nice person to be around, was he? His interviews, everything. He just is like, I am here to win this golf tournament and basically fuck the rest. So that mentality. When you're playing with your mates out there, well, they're not really your mates. You're playing to beat them. So maybe Rory's got a bit too, gone away from his ruthlessness in these early years, maybe.
Man, we were playing five. I play 5-a-side out here still, and as you can tell, I'm in great shape now. Do you want me to take my shirt off? And we were losing 10-8, and this big fat guy I've tried to knock the ball past me, and he just turned his back on me and stuck his shoulder out and flattened me. I said, right, it's a Sunday afternoon game, like all the dads play. If you're gonna start playing that and be a fucking idiot about it, okay, we'll play properly then, no problem. I like, pal, no problem. The fucking issue. I'm the pal. Anyway, we were losing 10-8.
Are we just dropping in people's names every episode? It was on next week.
Anyway, we ended up winning 16-12. Hey, the biggest mistake you did, lads, was make Jack angry. I'm Jack here. Somebody watched last week and went, who the fuck's Twig? Anyway.
Jacob's Twiglets, come on. Should get a sponsorship out of that, really.
Jacob's Cream Crackers exclusively to the Golf podcast. But yeah, to Hep's point, Rory is best in 2022, where he won the most money, it was his approach game that he'd finally sorted out. You can argue
Exactly. Yeah,
the
that's
putting
it.
as well. He would stiff it. He's got 140 yards, 120 yards in with a wedge, and he's going to stick it to 10 feet.
Well, and you don't have to be converting every shot, every putt from 10 foot. But if you're giving yourself 20 footers, I think that the percentage conversion rate of 10 foot compared to the conversion rate of 20 foot, it'd be crazy the difference. For every player on tour. So
just giving yourself more opportunities. More
exactly.
opportunities you can get from
We
within
were
10
saying this
foot.
at the difficult holes. We said this last week. At the difficult holes, Scotty's given himself 35, 40 feet. And then the shorter par fours or the par fives, he's either got it three shots where he's in the bunker in two, hits it to 4 or 5 feet, or he's putting it to 15 feet at the short par fours. So he gives himself a chance. Course management.
He just never puts from more than 10 foot for par. Like every birdie putt is from like 20 foot, and if he misses it, and he'll make some, and some will be closer. But so rarely does he ever have he got a par putt from 20 foot, and that's what kills you, and that's what he just doesn't do.
Well, I think nobody made more birdies than Rory this week, but he either went in the water, or he had a penalty shot in 3 of the 4 rounds.
Yeah,
I could not ever imagine a round of golf where Scheffler would be in a hazard 3 times in a week. It wouldn't happen. And if you go back to Tiger in his prime, it's inconceivable. If it is a tricky like par 4 with a dog leg, he'll take a driving iron out. Tiger's going to hit 2 iron and give himself,
I've always been a bit dubious of Rory's cost management at times as well. Sometimes, again, it's not always just stand up there with a driver and show off. It's plot your way around a little bit if you have to. But I don't know.
Did you watch that entire interaction when it bounced into the water when he was playing on
Hovland?
Friday?
Victor was not impressed with
Jordan. It was just that was so good. Like just watching all of that, and just you could see them both be like.
Victor's like such a stickler for the rules. No, I didn't see cross.
I think Rory
was
right. There was no way it bounced as it did on camera, like that far down the gradient. But still, like you can't tell off the tee. And
I'm pretty confident it was over there. How?
the turtles.
Here it goes. Oh, that's Rory. We'll probably discuss Rory later on in the year.
I tell you, just speaking of multiple major winners, then I have brought something up, so I'll just shall I just briefly read them out? So if I go back from sort of most recent, so John Rahm, he's currently got 2 majors. Would you class him as being good enough to win 2 majors?
Yes.
The next one on the list, Colin Morikawa. I don't think you would. He's got 2.
Colin's that he's in a lot of arguments with his swing coach at the minute. I think
you see, I remember in the COVID year, did he win the PGA?
And then on him at 66 and then did it all on slots that night.
Yeah, and then shout out slots. And then he won the Open the year after. So yeah, I don't think Colin Morikawa would. Now, Justin Thomas again, he's got 2, but funnily enough,
JT's up there. Come on.
I think JT is a guy who'll win more.
But so
the thing is, man, with JT and the rest of them, I think he wants it so much. I don't think JT strikes me as one of those players that he will do anything to improve his game. Like go here and have these leeches across your legs, and they might okay, right, hour in here, Heath.
Then you go back to like Brooks. Well, as crazy as it is that he's got 5 majors, clearly
absolute killer.
They're exactly ruthless. Justin Johnson, fair enough. Now, we're going back a bit now. Spieth, again, this is when Spieth was actually on it in 2015.
Spieth will come back.
He's got 3 in total. Then we go back to Bubba Watson, who, probably not deserving, or you wouldn't think of a guy that could win 2 majors.
You just don't like him because he went to live.
Was that 2 Masters? Or
he won the Masters twice, 2015
and then you're back to.
Do you not remember when I was seeing Louise and it was the last round of the Masters? And I had a 10 each way in him. He was in the last 2 ball with Spieth, and who the fuck's this kid? And she stormed off to bed because so this is what we're doing, we're watching golf. I ended up watching Forrest Gump with her in bed. And you and Finning were on the sofa drinking red wine, and Finning goes, But you, then goes, but you've got a guy who's favourite for the last round of the golf for the Masters. This is what you live for, Milner. I'm gonna go watch a film.
Gonna watch
And
Forrest
you
Gump.
just started laughing. Ah, what a wanker. I remember that fondly. 2013 now.
Yeah, well, look at
No,
yeah.
2014.
Was that his
2014.
second? Yeah, because 2012. That was the year when he in the playoff, wasn't it? And he hit it out of the
2012
tree.
was when I was
puck.
punting with Pell on the old private book.
I do remember. I can't remember which year it was that, but didn't Oosthuizen hole his like second on the par five, second for like an eagle? Or I think it was that, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, it wasn't. It'd been albatross. I'm sure he held his second on a par five.
Stream, by the way, Milner,
And but anyway, you're going back to like Angel Cabrera, Podrick Harrington, Zach Johnson. I don't think
Podrick won 3.
Yeah, I don't think there's many golfers out there that win a second or third major that don't necessarily deserve it or either not good enough. So at the moment, I have to put
There you go. 2014. God,
I have to put Wyndham Clark in the category of not quite at the moment. I just don't. I just think that the odds are vastly against him getting a second major at the moment.
What about Hideki?
I'd be on the side of more no than yes.
What about Danny Willett?
Who the fuck is Danny Willett?
Danny Willett will do it.
Does he still play golf?
He does. He's on DP World Tour.
He tries.
Yeah, DP World Tour. Enough said.
What about Patrick Reed?
I've gone off, man.
He won't get enough from Liv.
I would say his Masters was 2018.
When Spieth came after him, yeah, and Rory.
I don't know if he's contended enough since then. He's like, just
no. Well, he's played all.
Oh, he's had 3 top 10s in the last 5 years of majors, or maybe 4 top 10s.
He'll cheat for you. If you bet on Patrick Reed, you know he'll always try and cheat. So he'll cheat for your money.
Oh, he's gonna throw like a peg near Rory. What a fucking wanker!
He'll be scraping that sand away in the bunker. he knows what he's doing. Like Wyndham Clark stamping down when he's going to that drop in the
Some of these others, Marv.
Everybody does.
What about Cameron Smith?
Yes. I don't know. Bit too much of a party boy though as well.
I'll be honest, I don't know too much about him because he's more like a golfer on the scene in the last couple of years.
Man, we're doing a podcast about current golf. We're not talking about the 20.
No, but like even last year or two, I don't view him as 3-4 years ago. Like Scheffler, 3-4 years ago, Scheffler was nowhere, to be honest, wasn't he? But so
Cameron Smith won the Zurich, I think, with Kevin Kisner about 5-6 years ago.
He's just enjoying the money. Like he got to
and I remember him first on the scene. He was seen as the best putter in the world, bar none.
Yeah.
And I could never warm to him. I think I backed him at 66 as the Masters when he was second to DJ.
Well, I'm sure I don't know if he was in contention when Scheffler won the Masters, but just
no. Last year he got to the Masters and basically had never played, had enjoyed the Saudi money.
No,
and then
Marv,
like,
you're right. He was tied 30 when Scheffler won.
The reason I remember because I don't know if they played with each other in the final round, and it was early on in the final round, and Scheffler he had maybe like the third hole, the fourth hole. It was like a 20-30 yard chip just below the green. Literally duffed it, didn't get to the green, rolled back down. I'm thinking, he's Cameron Smith, he's in here now. What does Scheffler do with his third shot chips in? And it's honestly, I have such a bad run of back in Scheffler, don't win, lane Scheffler, he wins.
But Cameron Smith was partying too much last year. He basically took the live money. He didn't play until the Masters, and then went, "Oh shit, I need to actually get back into this." And then by the time he got to the Open, he was good again. And he's probably done the same this winter. He'd probably just been like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to enjoy my guaranteed Saudi money. I'm not going to practice. We're going to wake up call the Masters, and we actually win a major."
We could do a whole episode on the whole Saudi thing, but
yeah.
We'll save that for later in the year. We'll save that when we're all at Valderrama on the accreditation. Going through other potential one-hit wonders, right? Lucas Glover, Graham McDowell, Webb Simpson, Justin Rose. Let me finish. The other one I probably think is open. The two that I think are more open, Matt Fitzpatrick and Bryson DeChambeau.
I couldn't stick Fitzpatrick in there as
Can't
a
see
multiple
Fitz,
winner,
do
to
they?
be honest. No,
Is there?
I think Fitz is probably his two best major. He's either the US Open or the Open. I don't think he can hit far enough to win a Masters or a USPGA.
Yeah, I think he's only got 2
He's
chances.
sneaky long now.
I know, but I just you really need to, get it out there.
Not long enough.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's got 2 chances a year, and it's probably
that's what I think. Yeah.
And Bryson?
You know, I'm a Bryson fan. Bryson can do any week.
He probably can.
World Cup, Bryson. Come on, get hench again. Come on. And just
Like you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think, well, when we get to our proper Masters preview, we'll do a lot of research into the game, because I do think horses for courses and form over the years, there'll be somebody in there. Like, I couldn't even tell you Hovland's.
Bryson will win 1 year on Kent.
I couldn't even tell you, like, if Hovland has got any form around Augusta.
He does. 2 top 5.
Hovland's not got any form anywhere at the moment.
Why this hatred towards Victor Hovland?
Sorry?
Why don't you like Victor Hovland?
I love Victor Hovland. He just doesn't have it at the moment.
Slandered
He's been partying too much. He won the FedEx Cup. He's been enjoying his millions, and he doesn't have it at the moment.
Like, so fucking shut up.
His last 4 tournaments have been.
Like, you're getting a free steak pie whenever I win a poker tournament. Tuck in.
I wish I was Victor Hovland, but he doesn't have. He doesn't have
you. There's no Victor Hovland this week.
No, he doesn't.
He does not. There's no Victor Hovland this week. There are a few star names for the Valspar. Marv, you got another 10 points to spend. It can't get any worse than last week.
Yeah, but I need more than 10 points to find the winner, Twig.
You do, but I mean, here we are.
Can I bet like 0.1 each way on however many different golfers?
You can do whatever you want.
I really have no idea who to pick this week. Like,
You've been too busy this week.
It's just going to be a magic pin job, I think, hasn't it?
As opposed to what?
You know what? Here we go. Here we go. This will prove it. I am picking Min Lee.
Ric Flair fans in Clover at the Valspar. Minwoo Lee. What price can we give you for that?
Minwoo Lee.
Maybe top price.
I'll give you 35 to 1. Yeah,
well, funny, yeah, 33 is probably a generally best, but I just
I'll give you 40s. I'll leave Minwoo Lee at 40s.
I ain't giving you 40s. I've got a lead to cover, yeah.
Chance.
Marv, you got to pick 2. You know the rules. You got to pick 2 golfers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find some other fish to back.
That pig, yeah. JT's 16 to 1's a huge price.
Yeah, you got Scheffler. You backing him at 12. What are you doing?
Going back in on JT, surely. See the shrewd moves on Adam Schenke's been back.
I tell the other person. I'll go 3 points each way on Min Lee, and keeping that kind of pattern going. I will go naturally 3.5 each way, and then this guy 1.5 each way on Matt Kuchar.
Wow,
Kuchar's got absolutely no chance. That is ridiculous.
What odds? What odds are Kuchar?
Kuchar's about. I'm guessing about
best
50.
price.
100.
I mean,
too long. It's too long.
Kuchar 175 to 1. Yeah.
I'll give you 40s on Minwoo Lee, Marv. Like that.
No, you will not. You're not the book here.
I will on that shocking pick.
Matthew Neesmith is into 110, Seb. Anyway.
Yeah, back to 125, didn't we? It fits.
Give me 10 points.
But yeah, like just said, this is.
Well, you see strokes gain, tee green, scrambling.
What are the lesser known, like really great courses of the PGA Tour? Snake Pit, the last
Copperhead, right?
One of the 3 hardest holes on the tour. Like this is a really good, long and narrow driving accuracy, and you need to be good with your irons from 175 yards and in. My two are Keith Mitchell at 50-1 and Aaron Rai also at 50-1. Mitchell is number one on the PGA Tour from over 200 yards approach this year, and that's what you need for this course. And he's 26 from 175 to 200 yards, and he's had 3 top 20s prior to this, apart from a bad weekend at the Players. Aaron Rai, 3 decent weeks in a row, number one in driving accuracy, 7th in greens in regulation over 200 yards, both at 50-1. Aaron Rai back to 66s earlier in the week, come in has moved in.
After timing as well.
And another one I backed, but I won't include in this one, but Doug Gim as well, back to 60s into 50s.
You mentioned Doug Gim yesterday.
5 tournaments in a row in a top 16. Really good form for Doug Gim, and accurate and a great iron player to go along with it. So that's what you want on this course, and that's who I'm going for. Mitchell and Rai. What is it? 5 points each way, whatever the 2.5 points.
You get 10 points, so you're probably going to go. Two, I'm guessing more. Aaron Rai's 50-1, other one's 50-1.
Well, they're both 50-1, so it's 2.5 each way, or whatever it is to spend it. But
there you go. You've got Marv's pin job. You've got Hep's each way horses. Each way golfers are going to finish tied 30th. Then you've got the actual winners. So only 4 players have finished inside the top 20 twice in the last 4 years. Tommy Fleetwood, Matthew Neesmith, Sam Burns, and Justin Thomas. Sam Burns has won this thing twice in the last 4 years. You'd say he probably should have done better last week. He had a great third round, disappointing on Sunday. He should have won the American Express when you put him in your one and done, and he went in the water at 17 and 18.
Yeah.
I'm not.
His last 3 results here: 6th, first. Like he's very scary. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not backing him at 12-1. But
I remember watching it when he beat David Riley in a playoff and he defended. He looked very good. I didn't like him. He won his first title there 3 years ago. I think
he's got that killer instinct when he's in contention, and he's great with his long irons.
He's a killer.
Like he's the scary name at the top of the board.
I can't have Xander. I think Xander will be quite gutted after this past week. Xander should have won. He was in the driving seat and he never kicked on from the turn. 3 points each way, Sam Burns at 12. 2 points each way, JT. JT again, another one. He's been surprisingly consistent this year. He missed out on a playoff by 1 shot 2 years ago when he came with a late charge. He finished tied 10th last year. He missed a cut last week when he missed 3 putts under 8 feet in 3 holes. He's been in good form this year. He's made 4 or 6 cuts. He's finished tied 25th or better in all 4 cuts made, and he was tied 3rd at the American Express, tied 6th at Pebble Beach. All of those rounds were in the 60s. Sam Burns and JT, one of them 2 will win. I
put JT as my lay this week. I think he's a bit too wayward. Strength is from like 125 yards and in rather than 175 yards with his irons.
Stato.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Stato.
I wouldn't be surprised if JT won this on Sunday, but it was either JT or Spieth for the lay, and I went JT as he's slightly bigger odds to miss the cut. But
Heck must be great in these Zoom calls at work. Anyway, talk about these approaches from 200 yards and
JT and Spieth both missed the cut last week on a narrow driving accuracy course, so it wouldn't.
What was JT's like stats approach wise?
No, I couldn't tell you.
You couldn't, could you? So shut the fuck up. Right, I'm telling you, I watched the golf and JT missed 3 putts in a row inside 6 feet, inside 4 holes. That's where he missed the cut. He was playing with Scheffler. I was in the gym watching him on the cross trainer. Do you know what a cross trainer is, Heb?
Still missed the cut.
The cross trainer and he's not an angry PT either. Give me 5 more. I just always go into Pell mode. Give me 5 more. And Pell.
Making Pal famous this week.
Oh, someone's got to, haven't they? Let's be all those court pages in the Examiner. Anyway, Sam Burns for me, Justin Thomas as the bit of insurance. Happy you've gone for Aaron Wright. Can't fancy a guy who plays golf with two gloves. Just
The two gloves helps you.
yeah, it's fucking sure he does. Do you play golf with two gloves? Do you wear two gloves when you golf?
I should do.
No, exactly.
It can't hurt.
You can't get it worse. Aaron Wright, Keith Mitchell. Keith Mitchell, again, I can't take someone seriously who wears a visor. And Marv's gone for Minwoo Lee and Matt Kuchar because why not?
No, Twig, it's Min Woo Lee
Woo!
and Matt Kuchar.
He's given us some shareable content for no context flair. We'll be back next week for the
You haven't
Scottie
asked me for my
Scheffler.
lay this week. Oh, we're not going there.
I mean, who was your lay last week? Scheffler.
Yeah, that's the problem. I couldn't even lay the table.
I'm
for
trying
dinner at the
to
moment,
let
but
you save face this week.
I couldn't. So no, I haven't got a lay this week.
Not the first time you said that. Anyway.
This week, this month, this year. Moving on.
Just pick a name. Brian Harmon. You don't like Brian Harmon.
I'll just lay Hep's picks to make the cut.
Can't follow the logic. My lay is Xander Schauffele. I think he'll be Scottish from last week. Give me a lay. JT?
JT is not making this cut. He's not making enough fairways.
Last time somebody on the podcast laid another person's pick, and they won the event. So back JT at 16-1, bet 365. We'll be back. Nick.
I expect that if somebody lays a player and they win the tournament, then
you'll see my titties, Marv. You'll see my titties.
Hep's poor neighbours. Imagine that.
I hope you've got a better outfit.
Walk past coming back from the pub and you see Hep.
Webcam
on, tits out, filming a part. God knows what he's filming, but anyway. Right, third time I've tried to wrap this up now. Justin Thomas and Sam Burns for me. Those are the two you need. Hep's each way fancies, Marv's ridiculous fancies, and we will see you on the third week for the Scottie Scheffler benefit in Texas. See you next week.